Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stephen A. Williams with Making Money with Stephen A. Williams here on YouTube. And let's level up your business 5-day challenge. In today's video, we're going to talk about lead generation, but I'm also going to talk about it from a perspective of a new business owner. So if you're new to business or you have a business and is struggling, I'm going to talk about some things that I see almost really across the board, no matter how large a company is. And just because a company is large does not mean that it is not struggling to bring in customers. Large companies struggle all the time to bring in customers. The only difference between a business owner like yourself and a large company is that they have a lot of money to go through before their business ends up closing or shutting down if they can't fix their customer generation issue. And then for you as a small business owner, that most people that have small businesses end up failing because they run out of money. Just don't have access to so much capital. I was cleaning out my my desk yesterday, and I came across this. I used to keep everything, all of my notes here on this was way back. This one here was in 2016, but I used to keep this when I had really honed in and figured out how to do my online advertising. It was around 2013 when I really figured it out, but my business kind of just took off, over those few years, and it's continued to be going. But one of the things that I did is I used to mark down, okay, I have this ad, how many leads did I get, how much did it cost me per lead, and then how many sales did we make? And I was looking at $40,000 in a month, $38,000, $35,000, $41,000, and how it kept increasing as I was going. $60,000, $86,000 in a month. Like, that is very good revenue. And the lead cost per lead was averaging about $2.16 to $3.44. And I would have multiple ads, and what I would do is I would say, okay, ad number one, I spent this amount, and it says here on the month that I had made $72,000. My ad cost for one of my ads was $3,754.82. Ad number two was $398.69. Ad number three was $565.10, and ad number four was $13.89, for a grand total of $4,732.50. My total leads was 2,118 leads, and the closing rate that I would have was averaging 4% for the top ad, and 3.24%, 3.78%, and 3.68% on the other ads. But I would just mark down and keep all of this stuff, because number one, I was very excited that I had got this online deal going, and because the goal for that business, the goal for me, was to make an online business that was going to be able to be ran. I would be able to do business in all 50 states from one location, and generate a lot of generate a lot of business from being able to serve a lot of people. And the reason why I had that goal is because with my other company that I still own it to this day, I was mainly servicing customers in one city. So it kind of limited the growth of that business. And I had learned a lesson from dealing with that business, that my next business that I wanted to be able to do nationwide. Because if I'm able to do nationwide, that means that the growth and the potential is just unlimited. But one of the things that I see, because this video, and we're going to get into how to generate more leads, I'm going to give you some instruction on that, but I want to give you a little bit of help just in case you're struggling with your business, because some of the times when people are struggling with their business, they feel that they're, it's like they're enclosed, like Some people talk about it, some people don't. People deal with it in different ways. But regardless of how you deal with it, these are some of the feelings and some of the experiences that you're probably going through with building your business, especially if it's struggling. So the first thing when we all start a business is that we get hyped up. We're like, okay, I started this business. It's going to make me rich. I'm going to be able to work from home. I'm going to be able to work from an office, but it's my office. I'm going to be in charge of my whole future. My financial future is about to change. All of these things come to your mind and you get hyped up. And then the next step is that you start to spread the word about what you're doing. You know, you might talk to friends, family. You might, do some things that would just get the word out about your business. And you're going to basically, you're going to do that based off of your knowledge, the knowledge that, like, a lot of people get into business and they don't really know about how they're going to bring in customers. Like, for some reason, when we get in there, we start to think, hey, people are just going to come to us because we open our doors, and that is not going to happen. I'll admit that even when I started my first company, I was thinking that way, but I quickly made a change. If I didn't, that business would not be here to this day, which is now getting ready to go on 34 years old. A 34-year-old business that probably older than some of you that are watching this video. But you're going to basically do it from your own knowledge, and that becomes an issue. That becomes an issue because it's going to make you make some mistakes in your business, and I'm going to get into that in a second. The next thing that you start to go through, because you're probably struggling, you're trying to get this thing going, is that you try to stay motivated, but you really inside, you're mentally spent and maybe even emotionally spent because some of your family and friends maybe didn't support your business at all. And then you found out that you cannot support a business off of family and friends. So you start to get mentally spent. You open your doors and people are not coming in, and you're finding that, hey, this business stuff is going to be a little bit tougher than I thought it was going to be. Even if you had a business where you had a business at your home, and then you decided to move that business into a location, and you found that even with that added expense that you had to step up a level to bring in customers. And that ends up getting people upset about it because they're like, why did it work here and it's not working there? Because when it was in your home, or it was, and I'm not saying every business, but when it was in your home, it was a totally different type of business than it is when you're at a location trying to bring people into a location. It's going to make it, the whole the dynamics are going to change. I've seen this with people who have sold bikes and repaired bikes out of their home. I've seen it where people have baked cookies and different baked products, or did, semi-catering business out of their home, and then they brought it into a location thinking people are going to come in. Whole dynamic change. Probably when you were doing it at home, you wasn't there and had to keep the doors open. Now you got to go to this location. You got to keep it open. So it's a whole different dynamic, and people start to get mentally spent. They're starting to wonder, hey, did I make the right decision? And they're just starting to scramble. And then that'll be the next thing. Number 4 is people start to reach out. They start to hear things like there's this universal, how can I say this? This is universal. When you start to focus on something, you start to see a lot of it. And so when you're starting to focus on, I don't have enough customers, all of a sudden the universe is going to send you all of these different signs, signals, opportunities for you to be able to get more customers. Now, what you have to do, this is where a lot of people make mistakes, is that because you don't know, like this is based off of your knowledge right here. This is where the problem comes in, is because you're going to make moves on here based off of your knowledge. And you're going to listen to people, and they may be telling you the right thing or the wrong thing based off of your knowledge and understanding. You're either going to believe them and do it, or you're going to believe them and know that it can work for you, but you just need someone to do it for you. And so it's like that little thin line between you being able to make something work for you by having someone else do it for you, or you end up just getting tied up with the wrong people, which is something that a lot of people are doing right now. Like, they're taking instruction from people, and these people don't know nothing about helping people with a business. They know something about what they're putting in place, but they know nothing about putting that in place to make it grow in a business. I could give people books and, in my day, tapes and stuff all day for them to listen to. And then when if you tried to apply it into the market, it wouldn't work. And it's not saying that the information is incorrect. It's just that the people who are giving that information have never applied it to a business. And that is a huge thing, because it confuses you in your mind, because you're like, what they say makes sense. What they're saying they're going to do for me makes sense. But then when they apply it, it's like this stuff didn't work. I had with my other company, we helped a physician get out of debt because she ended up getting a loan to start her own business. And she did every step that these people told her to do. She was doing some online business. She got the ads, the websites, the store, everything. And it didn't work. And that's because a lot of people, it's like this, we live in a flipped type information society now. Back when I was in school, people made fun of me or made fun of other people who were making good grades. They were like, what, try to be smart, or who you think you are. Now, the information is out there, but people are giving the information and telling people to apply it either the wrong way, because they don't know how to apply it, or they're just giving bad information, because information is everywhere. You can go everywhere: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Google, Bing, all search engines, websites, blogs, podcasts. Information is everywhere, but now it's kind of flipped. Information is everywhere, but now the information could be incorrect, inaccurate, or the people who are giving that information never applied that information. So when you go to try to put something in place off of what they told you to do, or they try to do it for you, it doesn't work. Like, there's no more frustration for a business owner for someone to try to do something and it doesn't work. Now, I'm not saying that when something is put together and applied that it has to work like it has to blow up right away. No, you have to see that there's a way for that to be able to build on itself. And that's just another lesson of being part as a business owner. So people reach out, they'll talk to marketing experts, SEO, advertising, posts, because all of this stuff the universe is going to bring your way to say, hey, this is what you need to do to make your business go. But you have to make those decisions based off of the information that you already know, because you're either going to be like, it makes sense to me or it doesn't make sense to me. And because most people will get pulled in by people who know what they're doing with these on how to put it in place, but the majority of those individuals don't know how to put it in place to make it work for a business. Again, I'm just going to repeat it again. There's plenty of people who can do SEO. There's plenty of people who can make Facebook ads. There's plenty of people who can make Google ads. There's plenty of people who can do all of these things, websites, all of that stuff. But there's very few people who can actually make that stuff and make it to apply to a business and make it work for a business. I know that it's like, I hope you're getting what I'm saying, but what it is that it's the difference between putting something in place that can work, even though you had the same two things. One person knows how to make it work. The other person only knows how to put it together. I guess that's the best way that I can say. So now the next thing is that most people will quit. You can look at the SBA. Within a year, I think it was about 95% of the businesses will close down, and then struggle along. Over the next 5 years, all of them except for 1% or less than 1% will still be in business. So now, how do we fix it? My solution is this. My solution is this, and we're just going to dig right into it. If you're still here, I appreciate it. I appreciate it because, you know, this stuff is hard. And sometimes people try to look for a quick fix. People try to, you know, think that it's some type of fast food way to build a business and make money. No, there's not. I'm just not going to be the type of person that's going to tell you that stuff. But what I will tell you is that if you put something in place to give you a chance to generate, to be able to talk to more people about your business, to expose more people about what you had to offer, that it's going to put you like 75% ahead. I used to say 50% ahead. I would say 75% ahead of other businesses because of this. And now let's just think about it. Let's just think about it this way. This is you. If you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people per day that was interested in what you had to offer, these people came to you. These people came to you and they said, I'm interested in what you have to offer. How many of them could you sell? Now, when I do consulting with people, a lot of people will tell me, like, I've actually had someone say that they could sell all 10 of them. And I would listen to them. I say, okay, you can sell all 10 of them. That's great. When a person says that, it's like they're just falling into my lap of being either a consulting client of mine where we put everything in place, or to go through my course and program. Because I'm like, well, then why don't you have 10 people to talk to about your business today? And they're like, I don't know. Be like, if you said that you could sell 10 people out of 10, why aren't you doing everything to get 10 people to talk to every day, or even 10 people to talk to every other day, or 10 people to talk to weekly? Why is your business struggling if you can't? And the reason why is because people focus on the other side of their business. So let me draw it out for you. The other side, this is what I mean by the other side. So we got the other side. The other side is the website. And I'm not saying that this stuff isn't important, but what I'm saying is this is where the focus is. You got the website, you got the forms, if you have them with papers or the web or forms on your website. You're focusing on the products, the services. If you have services, you're focusing on the process of how you service customers, or how you get your product out. You're focusing on maybe what emails to customers. You're probably focusing on customer service. I mean, just think about it. Think about all of the things that you're focusing on your business. All of this stuff. This is the other side. When I say other side, this is the side when people are customers. So when you get customers, you're not struggling on this side because you've taken care of all of this. As a matter of fact, most business owners who start a business were doing something on this side at the place that they were working at when they were working for someone else. And that's why they know all of this. They get all of this in place. But they forget the other side of the business. This side, let's just say this side. And that's the lead gen side. They focus on this side, but they don't focus on this side. Now, let me tell you, you need both sides to be successful, but which side do you think you need that is the most important? Which side? The lead gen side or this side, the other side? Which would you think is the most important? Most people that I talk to would say this side is the most important. And let me tell you a quick story about an attorney, friend of mine. He is an excellent attorney. I would say that he has the potential to be one of the top attorneys, not just here in our area, but I'm talking about the whole United States for the type of work that he does. And I was saying to him, I said, hey, here's the deal. You know what you're doing when it comes to, taking care of your clients, doing all of that stuff. But you constantly talk to me about that you need more customers. And I'm like, okay, this is what you need to do to get more customers. This is what you need to do to get more customers. And I try to get him to focus on this side here. We've even done work for him on this side where we put everything in place and got him more customers. And what he started to understand when we did that, and this is something that businesses start to run into. I mean, it's crazy, but this is something that businesses start to run into. So when you figure out this side here, this is a gap that I think is like a blind spot for business owners. And this is the money. This is when you make the sale. Is that when they figure out the lead gen, they start to find out that they were not as good at selling. Remember I said that guy had told me that he could sell 10 out of 10? Well, something that he learned when we put everything in place is that when he was doing his 10 out of 10, they were referral. They were referred to him. And when I say, what I say to companies when I consult with them, and also in my trainings like this, is that let me tell you what referrals are. When you're referred, I'm going to illustrate it like this. This is a football team. That's the quarterback, and this is the running back. So, and this is the defense. So the center hikes the ball to the quarterback, and the quarterback gives the ball to the running back, and the running back runs. So this here is what a lot of business owners that thought that when they got 10 out of 10 people that they could sell 10 out of 10, is that they started to understand that they were not as good as they thought at selling, because when that quarterback or that referral handed the ball off, they gave them the trust. The quarterback handed them. The quarterback did all of the work and just handed them the ball and said, you just run with it. You close the deal. I've already talked to them about everything that you could do. All you have to do is I'm going to hand you the ball and you just take off running and close the deal. And so people start to understand that. And then so this is what the attorney ran into, is he kind of got frustrated, because I was like, hey, this is going to be a learning experience. But when you get this down pat, because this is what I did right here and I had to relearn how to do this for my internet company, because with my company that's here locally, we were able to go into stores and people were referring people to us. And maybe we thought we were super salespeople. I know at the beginning when my wife and I started it, we were super salespeople, because we were walking in stone cold. Nobody knew us. We didn't even have a publication put together. So we were like super salespeople. But over the years, from what we had built from having our publication on the streets and referrals and working with all these businesses, and a business friend of theirs refers people to us. I don't think that we had to be super salespeople because they were kind of handing us the ball. So what I tell people to do, this is how you fix that though. Let's get into how to fix it. And thank you if you are still here. I'm telling you that this is going to be life-changing information. So thank you if you're still here. I'm going to take a quick drink. Now I'm about to show you how you can generate more leads. So if you have a problem where you don't have enough people to talk to, what I want you to do, and this is what I did. That's exactly what I did with those sheets right there. I want you to pick one platform, one ad network or platform. That could be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Bing, Google, any one of them. But what I want you to do is I want you to pick one platform. So for this example, we're going to use Facebook. And what I want you to do is I want you to test. I want you to just go for it. Like, you can make this work if you just go for it. Is I want you to make you a Facebook ad. I want you to make that ad. I want you to come up with an idea that you believe would be good to just generate leads. Don't try to sell people, just an ad that you can put together to generate leads. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. So I want you to make an ad, and the focus on that ad is just to get people interested in what you had to offer. And also, when you make that ad, I want you to use a real photo. I don't want you to use a photo that's a stock photo. The reason why, if you use a stock photo, I've seen from experience, and this goes to what I talked about earlier. Remember when I said that people can put stuff together, but they don't know how to put it together to make it work for a business. I've done it. That's the difference between what some of these other people are telling people to do and what I'm doing, is that I've done it. And I've documented, proven, spending my own money on my own business, is that you need to have a real photo, not stock photo. Don't use a stock photo. Now, if you're selling products, stuff like that, I would even say take the pictures and put it in your ad. If you have a store and you have products, take the picture, put it in your ad. It just does something. It's just that little bitty tweak does something to the human psyche when it's a photo of something than it is for a stock photo. I don't know. We have a sixth sense in us that makes us understand when something seems real or something just seems like it's fake. So you put together your ad, and I want you to put together with a photo, and then I want you to just come up with some wording that you believe that would interest benefit-driven people to want to learn more about what you had to offer. And now, how will you know that this ad is working? And this is going to be a lead generation ad. We're not trying to just run ads to just brand ourselves. This is a lead generation ad. So what you're going to do is you will know if this ad is working if you get clicks. So let's just say your clicks are like $1 or, and up, but not too high. It can't be too much. That's going to be, it has to be based on what you had to offer. In other videos, I talk about what you can probably afford to pay with clicks, but you want to try to get that as low as possible. Some of the times you're going to get a low clicks, and that's going to be based kind of on how many other people are advertising, either to the same demographic or just overall on the platforms. And that's another thing that people don't tell people, is that your click rate, the amount to get a click, could have nothing really to do with your product or service. It could have something to do with how many people are advertising. During the holidays, a lot of people are advertising. So it's going to be a lot of ads on there, and it's going to be harder to get a click. So based off of how much you're spending and when people are clicking, your cost per click could go up. But that doesn't mean that you can't make money. You have to still base that off of what your product or service is. So if your product is low, a low price point product, then yeah, you can't pay too much for a click. You're gonna have to make some adjustments and play with that ad. But you want to get clicks. If you're getting clicks, that means that people are interested in what you have to offer. Then the next thing that you need to do is you need to get the lead. Now, depending on what type of business you have, you may not need all of the data. The way I do it is I get name, email, phone number for all of my lead generation for my businesses. But maybe you have a restaurant or some sort of business that you're not going to be calling out the people. So what you could do, but you could get the name and email and phone number, because you might want to text out to people. Say, hey, come on by and get our special pizza deal or whatever. So you want to generate leads. So you will know that your ad is working by the clicks, and you will know that your form is working. So this is a form. All of the platforms offer this lead generation form within the platform. I think that they are great to use because people don't want to be on Facebook or Instagram or some Google is a little bit different, but YouTube, all of these different ones, people don't really want to come off of the platform. So why not utilize what the platforms have in place, which is a form where you can capture the individual's information, and then you can put your sales process in place. So what I do is I say, okay, you have clicks, and now from how many clicks you have, how many leads did you generate? That's how you will know that it's working. So let's just say that you had 100 clicks, and then you had, from the 100 clicks, you had 50 leads. So you're getting a 50% sign up with the form for just lead. Now, we're not selling people. We're just getting their information because they're interested in what you have to offer. So now with those 50 leads, now you start, remember we talked about the 10, well, now you might have 50 people that you can present your information to about your product or service. So think about it this way. If you have 50 people, what would be the best way for you to be able to consistently talk to these 50 people, but you don't have to put in that much work? Remember, when I made my online business, I said that I wanted to, number one, make a business that could expand in all 50 states. The next thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to be able to, well, what I learned is that you can't hire enough salespeople to talk to all of those people. So you have to have something in place. So what I tell people to do is to put an autoresponder in place. An autoresponder, just in case you don't know, it's a way that you can email out to people. You probably got it when you were at a store and you put your email, or you were interested in some business opportunity or some way to make money, and they captured your information. All of a sudden you started getting emails. These are very effective. A lot of people will be like, nobody reads their email. And that person would wake up in the morning, and first thing they look at is look at their email. What's the first thing you look at? You look at your email. So don't fall for that. That's another one of those things, is that people will say things, but they don't know how to apply it. Let me tell you one quick secret with autoresponders, is that emails don't work because what people put in the subject line didn't work to get the person to open the email. And then if people don't click through on the email, then that meant that the email that you made was not good enough to make people follow through to click through. So, but this is where that work comes in. And if a person doesn't know how to apply it to business, they're going to just put everything in place, and then it's not going to work. So you're going to get your emails in place, and we're not going to go into too much detail about them right now. I have some other videos on that. What you want to do is you want to introduce yourself or reintroduce yourself, or if you're giving a coupon or something, whatever you're doing, you're using the autoresponder to communicate and to build trust with the person. Because we all know that people don't buy stuff from people that they don't know, like, or trust. And so what this gives you the opportunity to do is to, number one, lower your ad costs, because no matter what, 50 people out of your 50 leads, all 50 people aren't going to buy from you. They're at a different point in their life. They're at a different, their interest level is different for your product or service at the time that they opted in. So what you want to do, not so you don't throw away the people that are not ready, you want to keep marketing to them about your product or service. And when you're doing that autoresponder email, you're going to send them to whatever you're utilizing for sales. If you have a sales page, maybe you want them to call the office, maybe you want them to fill out an order form or schedule an appointment, whatever that is, that's what you utilize the autoresponder to enhance your sales process. Now, if you're like me with my company, what we do is we put people to the autoresponder, and then I give them to my reps into a phone database for them to call and to talk to people about our product and service. So this right here is the lead gen side of your business. If you get something like this in place, I promise you, if you get something like this in place, you will be able to make course corrections, which you're going to already have to do with the other side of your business. But you will be able to make course corrections and be able to not only survive, but thrive in your business. You won't be struggling. Just imagine if you could wake up in the morning and you got 50 people to talk to. Yesterday, it was, today is Tuesday, yesterday, Monday, we had over, I think, 150 people for one of my businesses that wanted to talk to us about being a customer. And we signed up multiple clients yesterday. And then today we do it Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we also have a process where people can sign up on their own. So we have people even over the weekend when we're not working. And that was one of my goals, to make money while I'm sleeping. That's actually what I've put in place for that one business. It's able to allow people to sign up without even talking to anyone. So this here is what you should focus on. This works, period. This works. So if you're having problems with your business, you're struggling, rewind this video, put this in place. Just pick one platform, make it work on one platform. Then you can either blow it up on that platform, or you can expand it to other platforms, whichever way, but that'll be your choice. But the main thing is that you'll understand how to make it work for your business, so you won't be struggling like other businesses are struggling to bring in customers. Thank you for your time. Please subscribe to the channel. Post your questions and comments. This is Stephen A. Williams with Making Money with Stephen A. Williams here on YouTube.